for the Dragons a year ago. Fastball outside. 1-1. 8-1 ball game, ninth inning. Cassidy Brown will bat next. Trammell at second, Yari at first base, one out. Dragons have avoided the shutout. Again, they had not been shut out at home all year. This one off the glove of the catcher, and that's going to bring in a run. Trammell scores from third base. Yari goes to second, and it's an 8-2 ball game. Two and one the count to Mitch Piotnik.
Salazar's been his own worst enemy here in the ninth, Tom. A walk, a wild pitch.
They did score that as a wild pitch. Could have been considered a pass ball. 2-2 the count. Foul back by Piotnik. Two runs in, ninth inning. It is 8-2 Burlington. And the Bees are going to get their bullpen going, as not only is Salazar struggling to get out of the inning, but he's starting to build up a higher pitch count for a relief pitcher than you'd like. Here's a smash up the middle, knocked down by the pitcher. He will have no play. Base hit for Piotnik. Yari stays at second. That'll be the third hit of the inning. Saw Piotnik really hustling down the line because the hits have been tough for him to come by. When he had a chance to get one, he was not going to let it go. Piotnik just sprinting down the line and goes in head first. That's
it's a hustle play.
Yeah, that's a guy who
wants a hit.
Wanting a hit, you're right. And he gets one there. Bees have the bullpen going now. They get a right-hander up to throw, and that is Jackson Zarubin. Jackson Zarubin is in the bullpen for Burlington. And again, you start to think about a pitch count, and Salazar's is rising. He is up now to 48 pitches, and for a reliever, that's getting up there a bit. Pitching coach out there right now, Jairo Cuevas, this gives Zarubin a chance in the bullpen to get loose. And Cassidy Brown's going to bat against Carlos Salazar momentarily. So the Dragons, who had 2 hits in the game entering this inning, have had 3 here in the ninth and scored both of their runs. Brown will bat next. You've still got a ways to go to think about getting the tying run of the plate. Right-hand batting Cassidy Brown. 0 for 2 has flied to center, struck out and walked in this game. Fouled back and to our right, strike one.
So, Tom, do you think there's carryover in games? For instance, since the Dragons have rallied back a little bit, does that carry over to tomorrow afternoon? Given that it's an afternoon game, you feel a little bit better about the bats, that you were able to crank things up a little bit? Maybe too little, too late, but...
I think in some cases it may, in some cases it probably doesn't. In this case, it probably could, because you're looking for something positive specifically. If you were a team that was 10 games out of everybody in first place, 10 games ahead, this ball ended, and you were down an entire ball game and then did a little bit late, probably wouldn't matter. But where the Dragons are right now, competence is an important thing. They're looking for good things on the field to happen, and if they do happen, it hopefully helps you build. So that I would answer your question in this case, yes. I think doing something here in the ninth is something to build on. One and two to Brown. That's strike 3 call. Cassidy Brown's the strikeout victim. 5 in the game now for Carlos Salazar. 2 out, and it brings up third baseman Hector Vargas. Hector Vargas, 0 for 3, has struck out and grounded a shortstop 2 times, and time is called, and they're going to make a pitching change. That is going to be it, because Salazar has reached his maximum in terms of the pitch count. So we're going to go to a commercial break. The Bees lead the Dragons 8-2. They'll make a pitching change and bring in Jackson Zarubin. We'll talk about Zarubin when we come back. Stay tuned. We're sponsored tonight by Dayton Power and Light on Dayton CW. Back at Fifth Third Field, the Burlington Bees having a little trouble closing out the Dayton Dragons in the 9th inning. It is an 8-2 ball game. The Dragons have scored both of their runs in this inning, and a new pitcher in there. It is right-handed Jackson Zarubin. Zarubin's 24 years old, out of Pleasanton, California. He's pitched in 23 ball games, a 6-1 record out of the bullpen with 1 save. Very good numbers. 2.03 ERA. Doesn't walk many. Strikes out almost a batter an inning, and he's out there now to try to close it out. Obviously not a save situation. Dragons down by 6. They have 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Hector Vargas will bat.
If you don't think teams pay attention to pitch counts, Tom, you'd be wrong, because obviously you're 1 out away. You have an 8-2 lead. People say, well, what are they taking him out? Why are they taking Carlos Salazar out? Well, as you said, he's reached his maximum of pitches.
His max was probably 50, and he threw 52. So once he got over 50, at the end of that batter was going to be the end of the line tonight for Salazar. Hector Vargas. Vargas 0 for 3, has twice grounded a shortstop, and he struck out. Two on and 2 out, 9th inning. Ball 1 outside of Vargas. One out to Hector Vargas. Dragons with 3 hits and 2 runs in the inning. They had no runs in the first 8 innings and only 2 base hits over that time. Swing, ground ball hit at shortstop. The play made there by Moreno, flipped to second, and the game is over. Burlington holds on as Zarubin comes in, throws a couple of pitches, and gets out of the inning. The final tonight, Burlington 8 and the Dragons 2. And Hutch Cotterman, well, in this game tonight, you look back, 2 big innings, especially the 4th inning was the doom for the Dragons, and Burlington scored 5, and that really put the Dragons in a hole.
It really did, Tom, and you know, they run into a pretty tough pitcher, starter, the right-hander Andrew Vincent for Burlington. 5 innings, 2 hits, a shutout, baseball, no walks, and 5 struckouts.
All righty, our broadcast this evening sponsored by Dayton Power and Light. Visit dpnl.com. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Dayton Dragons in minor league baseball, intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience.